Something
9 months ago.
going on behind the scenes. By the end of this video,
Bro, was so good, bro.
Exactly how Clix got to where he is.
Now on some real shit, I don't give a fuck what anybody says, but like I'm gonna win every single tournament. So I'm not even showing, bro. My improvement recently have been crazy. I just need to start grinding, bro. LA low-key took a toll on my grind, but I'm not even trying. I've actually been doing so good in competitive. I'm not even showing. And sure, bro, I won the last dual cash cup. Suck my dick. And I know, I swear, chat.
Day and how he's maintained his skills for years on end. This
Loki fell off, bro. I f***ing won yesterday. What is everyone on? Second, that's just. Alright, dude. You guys are actually all little kids.
His story and the real reason why he's the best. It all started on March 4th, 2019, when Epic Games hosted their second ever tournament, the Share the Love Cup. It was in this cup where an unknown user by the name of Clix took 11th place. This was the first time anyone had ever seen that name, but little did they know it wouldn't be the last.
Yeah.
1 month later, the World Cup qualified.
In 3 years now, we still get a top. Oh my god, bro, we still that name is still showing type shit. You know what I'm saying? That name is still popping off. We won the last cash cup, bro. Bro.
Millions of players from around the globe would compete, but only some would qualify for New York. While thousands of kids were spending 16 hours a day practicing and
bro, respectfully, me getting 33rd in the grands was the smartest decision I could ever did.
Not qualifying, others were making tens of thousands of dollars. Lives were instantly changing, and Clix's was one of them. But for some reason, Clix stood out.
That was,
well, just let the premium check out.
Scary easy for Clix. I mean, scary easy.
You want to know why he's the top, Jack?
That's why he's the top.
That's it right there.
With incredible skill and some good RNG, on April 14th, Clix and his duo partner placed second in Week 2 qualifiers.
Dude, nobody knows, but fucking Skeptic paid me to do it with him.
This earned them a life.
It was like $3.5 grand a month. And I wasn't making money, so I said fuck it.
$1,000 and a one-way ticket to New York.
Nobody knows that.
It was here in New York where they would compete against 49 of the best duos that planet Earth had to offer.
It worked out,
for
right?
$3 million. Speaking of millions of dollars, all my SAC money goes to giveaways. The next one is a Scuff Infinity controller, but the current winner of the Model O mouse will be announced on May 20th over at my Twitter. To enter, just follow me and send me a picture of you using code EXALTED in the item shop. I currently have 4 supporters, so honestly, your odds are pretty good. But what really matters is that 1 week later, in Week 3 solos, Clix earned 8th place with the help of some good RNG. Sadly,
dude, that was wow, bro. Hold up, yo, I'm getting flashbacks. Oh my god, I was in school, bro, and fucking Ziff got banned, and I pulled up my phone from my locker and I saw bro, I asked my teacher, can I go to the fucking, can I go to the bathroom, please? And I was outside for I was in the bathroom for 20 minutes. The fucking police security started looking for me. And I was literally at my locker fucking celebrating that I just won 50 grand. Oh my god. That is crazy, bro.
With the help of some good RNG. Sadly, he was 1 placement off securing a ticket to New York for the solo finals, but 2 weeks later in Week 5, Clix placed 3rd.
He didn't even say Ziff got
that solo ticket he
bro,
was looking for.
I had it the first week.
The consistency of this unknown player was honestly incredible. He, out of nowhere, was turning eyes from everywhere. But then something happened.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
1 week later,
dude, I don't know what.
Clix.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it. Double movement fucked my aim up, bro. Bro, ever since I switched off of double movement, my aim has been so different. It's not even funny, bro. Like I'm not gonna switch back just because it's too fucking fucked. But like, bro, double movement fucks your aim because you literally have aimbot. So when I'm aimed at their head, it goes somewhere else.
Qualified.
Aim is not as good as the movement. Aim is not as good, but movement is better now. My movement's crazy now. Like, I'll admit it, my movement's really good now, but like my aim isn't as good as before.
World Cup again.
Like, bro, look at my aim. Watch this shit.
He made it look easy. At this point, his qualifying rate was 50%, and even though he had already qualified, he didn't stop obliterating every single lobby he stepped foot in. All this just because it was fun to him. No player had ever done this, and it was starting to look like Clix was the only player that could. But surely with the randomness of Fortnite, no matter how good you are, it's impossible to qualify this many times, right? Nobody else has, so why was Clix special?
Like, everything was perfect, bro.
To get suspicious.
Everything was perfect here.
For the World Cup 3 times in 6 weeks and making almost 150,000.
That shot hit. That shot hit. This shot literally hit. Nobody knows this. This shot hit.
6 weeks and making almost 150,000.
That's a fucking 200 pump. Oh my god. That was literally a fucking 200 prompt, dude. No, I'm not even trolling. That was, bro, dude. This looky gets me sad. Bro, I'm actually gonna start. Sorry, fuck yourself. I'm actually gonna start winning everything, bro. No, I've actually been doing so good in competitive. I'm not even trolling. I've actually been literally so crazy recently, bro. You know, me and Darren win everything. I promise to God. I can't promise solos, but duos, I'm winning everything. I swear. As long as Day doesn't sell me out.
So I went straight to his Twitch VODs and studied every replay I could find, wondering to myself, what was he doing that made him better than everyone
Dude, I'm laughing in finals.
After watching his gameplay, I knew something was up. His gameplay was honestly perfect, so fast and precise that it didn't look human. There's plenty of 13-year-olds with godly genetics who had flawless mechanics and a massive IQ, but nobody could do the things Clix was doing. No human could. The weird thing was that Clix was easily stealing every player's walls, even though he had 10 to 20 ping. Nobody was safe. Even 0 ping pros were mind-blown. Clix was stealing walls that he wasn't supposed to have. But how was he doing this? In Fortnite at the time, there were a lot of different game mechanics. There was no wall replace coin flip. Wall replacing was 100% ping dependent, and on top of that, your first built wall would place 0.15 seconds after your click. But for the opponent who was holding turbo build, their wall would place.
I play the game 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day.
3 times
what are y'all
faster.
saying, bro?
This means that if your opponent had 20 ping and you wanted to steal a wall that they were holding turbo build on, you would need 5 ping to do so. So the question is, how
what
is
the
Clix
fuck?
easily stealing the walls of turbo building players that had less ping than he did?
I was on that
The
shit.
answer is that he subscribed and liked this video because, come on, this video is really good. But the real answer is that he was taking advantage of an interesting mechanic. There was a way you could get your first wall to place faster by double clicking. If your second click occurred before the 0.15 seconds was up, it would override the delay and instantly.
Dude, I was good, but I was so stupid.
Place a wall every 0.01
I was the best fighter, but I was
no
the stupidest person ever.
Do that. So back to the original question.
Like, now I have a brain,
stealing walls that no
but my aim's not as good.
Steal.
Still art, bro.
The
What?
conclusion that I came to was that he wasn't. A robot was doing it for him. This was known as macroing, and it was the first time macros had ever seriously come up in competitive Fortnite. If you set a macro to double-click every 0.01 seconds, you could instantly place walls 5 times faster than turbo build.
What am I listening to right now?
Steal the walls of 0 ping players with 15 ping. It was simply overpowered. The fact that you could have higher ping.
No, now I have a brain.
And steal a wall was truly insane. And this is.
Stop seeing this. We realize how bad you are now, bro. I'm fucking crazy now. Oh, you guys dumb as shit. Bro, you guys are pissing me off.
The video went viral.
You guys are
I showed
dumb
an
as shit.
in-depth guide of how it was made, but
For the past 3 months, I was playing on a VPN from fucking Canada, dude. Shut the fuck up.
don't get your hopes up, because like I said earlier, game mechanics have changed, so it's been fixed. After heavy cheating accusations from me, Clix's career was on the line. Fortnite news channels spread the story like wildfire. Everyone was talking about this, and nobody could stop. Names like Tfue and his friends were reacting to my video on live streams. Clix was forced to do something about this. When streaming,
I remember one day I woke up to like every famous person Fortnite at the time telling me like, how do I do it?
In week 9, Clix came back to the World Cup qualifiers with the intent to prove to everyone on livestream that he wasn't cheating. And that's exactly what he did. In week 9 solos, Clix placed first by a landslide, absolutely destroying every player on the NA East region, where he made the best players in the world look like absolute potatoes. For the 4th time, Clix had qualified for the World Cup, meaning that Clix genuinely was inhuman and not using macros. This was the most mind-blowing thing I had ever seen. After feeling horrible, I apologized, and Clix continued to devour every tournament he touched, but there was still one more possibility that would explain everything. I wasn't made aware of this until recently.
I missed that combat.
Honestly, I wish I never was. I didn't want to make this video until I had done all the research possible. I couldn't mess up like last time, but I'm confident in the research I've done, and here's what I found. There's one major flaw in the esports industry. It's a flaw that regular sports have had solved for years. The problem is PEDs, aka performance-enhancing drugs. Was this the missing piece of the puzzle? I mean, it explains everything, but before we make such a bold claim, we need to know a few things first. Today, all athletic sports test for performance-enhancing drugs because, well, they're illegal. Their impacts are genuinely incredible, inhuman, some might say. Advances in modern medicine and engineering have allowed humans to quite literally perform the impossible. To put into perspective how powerful these drugs are, from 1999 to 2005, a cyclist named Lance Armstrong won the Tour de France 7 years in a row. He obviously got busted. But the interesting thing is that the first place winner goes home with $600,000. So if people are desperate enough to use PEDs for $600K, surely someone would do it for $3 million. But if you thought that that was impressive, wait until you see this. In 1988, someone using PEDs made it to the Olympics.
Yo, guys, we're playing Fortnite.
His name was Ben Johnson.
What the
He was
fuck?
running the 100-meter dash against the 9 other fastest people on the planet. With these drugs, he absolutely smoked them. Obviously, the record was revoked after he was exposed for cheating, but it wasn't until 14 years later where that record was broken. Because of PEDs, he was literally 14 years ahead of human evolution and technological advancement. Performance-enhancing drugs obviously work, but they come at a cost. Not only will they run you up $20,000 a month, when you force muscles to do things they're not supposed to do, they fail and they fail fast. Want to know what else is a muscle? Your heart. Lance Armstrong immediately after using PEDs developed cancer. The side effects of these have honestly never been worth it. But in esports, we don't test for performance-enhancing drugs, and with the safety of the player being able to stay at home and compete in online tournaments, regulation is slacking. But Exalted, these drugs are for physical activity, not video games. Yes, that is true, but there are multiple PEDs some people try to use for gaming. One example is a drug that we are going to call Element A. Element A increases your heart rate, increases alertness, improves reaction time, and is prescribed to individuals diagnosed with a very specific attention disability. Element A helps in focus. Now, before
what the fuck am I hearing, bro?
This drug is terrible as
Appreciate the
well.
subs.
This list of side effects is almost longer than this video. There's tons of reasons why Element A is completely illegal in Japan and illegal in the US unless you have a very specific prescription from a doctor. With this knowledge, I DM'd Clix asking for permission to make this video, to which he said yes. I followed up and asked if he had this attention condition, and he disappeared. After some research, I found out that Clix most likely does. Some people with incredibly severe cases of this condition will be prescribed, but only as a last possible result.
Just because I didn't respond doesn't mean I was on something.
A for these people is a little bit different. Now, although Element A makes you attentive and makes you more awake, for
it's
people
just cat,
with this
man. It's just cat. It's just
it
cat.
actually does the opposite.
It's just cat.
It calms and slows them down. It relaxes them and often will make them feel almost tired. Because of this, there's no way Clix is using any performance-enhancing drugs.
Of course he's
because
capping.
they would in fact slow him down. So Exalted, how is Clix actually so good? Well, it's because he uses code Exalted. Just kidding. The answer is clearly his gaming carpet. Nothing can compete with it. Just like nobody can compete with how soft my Exalted merch is, Exalted.shop.
What the fuck am I listening to?
Because I'm a tips and tricks YouTube channel, I'm going to give you guys a performance-enhancing drug alternative that actually works up to 8 times better. I learned this in college, and it will increase your reaction time, decision-making abilities,
I learned this.
your memory.
What the fuck?
The alternative is a balanced diet where you are consuming an equal amount of healthy fat, carbs, and protein. This, along with 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night and 10 to 30 minutes of cardio exercise. This will force open the arteries in your blood vessels, allowing more blood flow throughout your brain and your body. So much that your cognitive speed will increase more than any drug could produce. I tried this out, and here were my results before the diet and exercise switch versus 2 months later, but it only took 3 days for me to start noticing some honestly insane results. But now back to the question. How is Clix so good? And what can
Did I win this? No way I won this, right?
The answer is in his story. After placing 18th in the World Cup, Clix went on to maintain consistent top placements for years. This includes his performance in the Champions Series, where his trio placed first in Week 1. They then went on to win Heat 4, securing a spot for the finals, where they placed 7th. A month and a half later, on November 6, 2019, Clix once again placed